This video could change your digital agency forever. Hi, my name is Mike Mancini. I want to be honest with you. I really do want to be sincere. I want to help you build your digital agency to what you thought it could be. Now, I want to try something here. Please do me a favor and just stick with me just for a minute. Answer me this question. Does this sound like you? Because I'm going to give you a play-by-play of my daily activity inside my agency back in 2018. In fact, I started my agency back in 2013, and here are the revenue numbers from 2013 through November of 2018. 2013 was my first year in business, but as you can see, over the next 5 years here, revenue went up a little bit, but for the most part, it was relatively flat. And in a minute, I'm going to show you the revenue for the next 45 days as well as for the next 4 years. I want to walk you through my day-to-day routine, and I want to see if you can relate to this. The first 4 years were a lot of sleepless nights. Some days were good, but most days were a struggle. I would wake up each day, go to my email, open it up, and nothing. Completely empty. Nobody looking for my services. And I would start off each day like that, having that empty feeling in the pit of your stomach. I can almost feel it now. And so I would go and I would check my spam email box because really that's all I had, spam emails. Oh, but I did have one email from that one client who is never ever happy with their campaign ever. Oh, and because they're paying you a measly $400 a month, they feel it's their right to be able to contact you multiple times a week, no matter what time of day. They're making you pull your hair out, and when you see their email, your day is immediately ruined. And even if you get them a new lead or a new client, they're simply happy for 48 hours, and then it starts all over again. So you muster up some courage, you call or email them back, you deal with their problem, and then you find out now you're completely unmotivated. So the only thing to do now is try to get your head on straight. You might go check out the news site, you might go see who won the game last night, maybe watch some mindless TikTok entertainment, and then poof, it's noon. You've accomplished nothing. You're still stuck in the same position. Maybe you catch a bite to eat and then you have a quick nap because you're really completely unmotivated and you're absolutely exhausted from the stress. Now that quick nap turns into an hour or more, and you wake up and it doesn't even feel like you slept at all. So you jump back up to your desk, you check your email, just one email in there from that same client again, but this time they want your firstborn. You'd love nothing more than to lose that client simply because they're making your life miserable. But it's almost impossible because if you lose that client, you lose some of the only income you have coming in. So now you dig deep. You go down into your soul just to find a sliver of motivation to where, you know what? I'm going to find out a way to get a new client today. So you head on over to YouTube, you type in something like how to find digital agency clients, you watch a video, and then another video, and then another video, and you go down that rabbit hole. And all of a sudden you look at the clock and the day is over. You just spent the last 3 hours trying to learn something, but actually not accomplishing anything. But you have something that you found, that you learned, that you're going to try tomorrow. A new trick, a new secret. This is going to be it. This is going to change everything. So your family gets home, you're still exhausted from God knows what. You sit down to dinner and then your spouse asks you, how was your day? And then that empty feeling fills your stomach again. And you say it was, and your voice starts to taper off. You don't want to lie to your spouse and say it was a good day because you know it wasn't. But you also don't want to sound like a failure. So you muster up, it was fine. My day was fine. And then suddenly you're not hungry anymore. So after dinner, maybe you help out with the kids for a bit, but you're really not enjoying it because your mind is always on work. So then you sit down on the couch and you plug into whatever mindless show that Netflix recommends for you. You do this so you can simply unplug just for a couple of episodes. You just want to forget. You want to forget about your struggles. Eventually you stumble up to your bed, but instead of 2 episodes, you watch 6. It's no longer late at night. It's early in the morning, but you need to get some sleep. You got to get up tomorrow and try that new idea. You try to drift off to sleep. You're exhausted, but you just can't turn your mind off. You're an agency owner, a business owner now. You're hoping that that one golden ticket is going to come to you in a dream. And after a few restless hours of sleep, you wake up and you're completely groggy. It takes everything you can just to put your feet on the floor. And you muster up the energy to grab your coffee and sit down at your desk. You're not excited, you're exhausted. But then you remember you have that new trick you're gonna try today. You slug down a couple gulps of coffee, you turn your computer on, you're ready to go. First things first, you check your email. There's one email in there, it came in at 11:46 p.m. last night during your 3rd episode of your Netflix show. And guess what? It's that problem client ready to ruin your day again. Now you just take this day and you rinse and repeat. Day in, day out, for as long as you can remember. Now, I don't tell you this to bring you down. I tell you this story because it was my story, and it's 100% true. I know that helpless feeling. Why do you think I described it the way I did? Because I can still feel it to this day, and I know how much it hurts. But I want you to know it doesn't have to hurt any longer. So after a 5-year struggle, in November of 2018, I decided to hire myself a coach. Someone who was in place with their agency, the same place that I wanted to be in. And what I did was I hopped on a phone call with them, I took a bunch of notes, I asked a ton of questions, and then I got to work. But this time it was different. I had a purpose. I had that passion back that I had when I had initially started my agency 5 years before that. And to get back on track, I was giving myself 90 days to do it. And I know what you're thinking. 90 days? How could you turn around an agency in 90 days? My answer is you can't. I couldn't turn it around in 90 days because I did it in 45 days. And this is what happened. This was the next 45 days. This was the next year after that, and the next year after that. But here's the kicker. Not only did I have exponential growth, but I figured out how to work less. Within about 6 months of me making my change, I went from working 75 to 80-hour weeks down to 25 to 20 to 15. And then, well, today I run a multiple 6-figure agency in under 90 minutes a day. And I'm not kidding. I'm being 100% truthful with you. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because I'm proud of it. I worked my butt off to get here, and it's an amazing feeling. But it never would have happened if I wouldn't have taken that step and hopped on that phone call with that coach that very day. Now, a lot of people ask me this. Why only a 6-figure agency? Why not 7? Why don't you have $1 million agency? And my only answer to that is because I don't want to. I love what I have, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to go bigger. It's just not what I want to do at this point in my life. I bill hundreds of thousands of dollars a year working less than 10 hours a week in my agency. I have an amazing business. I have an amazing life. And you know what? I'm happy with that. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with a 7-figure agency. But here's the big difference. To get to 7 figures, you first have to get to 6 figures. You can't skip ahead. You cannot jump the line. And the more business you have, the more clients you have, the more employees you have, the more time you have to invest. And if that's you, that's awesome. I love the ambition. But another thing I figured out was the bigger I got, the margins actually go down. I have to hire more employees. I have to have more training. I have to manage more people. And at this point in my business, because I am a small business, my profit margins are right around 87%. That means for every $1,000 I bill, I profit $870. You see, the bigger the agency, the lower the profit margins. And here's a number that you may not know. Those big agencies, the ones that you strive to be, their profit margins are typically between 20 and 30%. If they're a rock star, they might hit 40%. And that's because they have a lot of expenses and a few more headaches that I don't. They have multiple employees working every day. They have salaries, they have insurance, they have rent for those big fancy offices, benefits, bonuses, more computers to buy, more vacation time to fund, workers' comp insurance, and it goes on and on and on. And like I said, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I know some of those agency owners, fantastic people, and they do a great job. But you know what? That's just not me. My coach taught me that the bigger you get, the more headaches that you have. I have just 2 loyal employees that are overseas. So because of the time difference, when I wake up in the morning, the work's already done. In the morning, I check my email, I respond to my assistant, I take a quick look at the numbers, I might respond to a client if I have one that contacted me that day, and then I might have a sales call. That's my entire day, and it's typically done before 9 a.m. And I don't have many sales calls because I'm at capacity. I have as many clients as I want. And when that happens, I just shut off my calendar link, or I send those people really to a waiting list. And occasionally, if it's a good fit, I might send that client to another agency that I know, and they'll send me a commission. But here's the key. I don't have to look for clients anymore. I have partnerships that send me clients. YouTube sends me clients. My clients send me clients. And I don't have to market my agency anymore. And I haven't since 2019 because why? I put in the work. And I want to show you how I built my agency to this point, but I want you to do it much, much faster than I did. And people will often ask me, why are you doing this? Why are you teaching other people to start agencies? Aren't they just going to take more of your clients? And my answer is always absolutely not. There are more than enough businesses out there, and there are more people starting new businesses each and every day. And here's a quick look at advertising revenue by Google from 2017 Looking forward to the future to 2027. You can see here in 2023, Google Ads made over $250 billion, and that number is expected to rise almost another $100 billion in the next 4 years. You see, businesses aren't going away, nor is there need for help with Google Ads. So I'll leave you with this. If you want some help, do me a favor and click the link in the description area below. It'll take you to my website where I offer help for beginners, intermediate, and advanced agency owners alike. I want to work with you. I want to teach you everything I know because that's really what my passion is. Helping existing agency owners build their agencies to what they've always dreamed of. So if that story hit home for you, click the link below and learn more about what I have to offer. So thank you very much for listening to my story. I do greatly appreciate it, and I really hope that I get the chance to meet you soon.